I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, let's just do a quick video here. I want to keep this one short and brief here, at least I hope. I always say that, and then I go on for 15 minutes. But from what I understand, the government now, Government of Canada, is going to revisit the stress test again and probably throw on another tightening on there. I've lost count. I don't even know anymore. Maybe someone can comment here about the stress test now. They've tightened this thing so many times. I've lost count. But I believe now the qualifying rate now that you've got to get approved for is something like 5.5%. Even though, of course, the actual rate you're going to get might be 1.7 or 1.8 or sub 2%. Maybe someone can tell me now, but you know, it's a never-ending tightening. And I know people complain they want the government to come in and help them buy a house, and why aren't you doing more? Well, I mean, this is making it harder for you, of course. This is what keeps a lot of young people, responsible young people that want to do it the right way, out of the housing market and into the renter's treadmill. And I think people should come to realize here, this is how the rich just keep getting richer. I mean, if you're a landlord, like me and a lot of my clients, I represent a lot of investors. I mean, every time the government throws in another hurdle here, making it more and more difficult for a Canadian to get a mortgage, it's just music to the ears of these people, because this is just going to keep really well qualified tenants in that rental pool paying $2,200 or $2,300 a month. But it's what I've said for many times, the government's not your friend. You have to buckle down and do whatever you can, do the mirror test to get into the market. Get that money saved, get that 20% down payment. You know, you're probably going to have to use a conventional mortgage here in Vancouver, 20% down. You might be able to get away with 10 or 15%, depends on the price. But for the most part, use a conventional mortgage. Don't pay for the CMHC default insurance because it's expensive. Get in, and you've crossed a massive financial hurdle in life now. But again, you've got to have that long-term commitment, 8 to 10 years. If you think you're going to have to sell in a couple of years or move out of the city, then stay renting, because real estate is incredibly expensive to get in and out of. You got the PTT on the way in, which is the biggest tax grab going, commissions, maybe some GST if you buy new, and then conveyancing costs on both ends. So it's a long-term commitment here. But maybe someone can comment on what that current stress test is, what you have to qualify for now to get into the market as first-time home buyers. But again, I keep saying, you know, it's the system in a lot of ways is rigged against people, keeping them out of becoming homeowners and moving up the financial ladder. You've got to recognize that and do everything you can to get in, because you know it's not getting any easier. You know, 5 years from now, it's probably going to be more difficult to get into a first-time home buyer than it is now. It's a lot more difficult than it was 5 years earlier. They keep tightening the screws on you, and I don't think it's going to go the other way now with the way our prices are going and everything else. So my advice is just buckle down, do what you can, look at real estate with a long-term horizon, and try and do everything you can to get out of that renter's treadmill long-term, because it's going to be devastating for you in a city like Vancouver. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you next week.